I don't know why y'all gave me this mic. I'm going to do my best. Just want to say thank you to our pastors for letting me come up here and preach to you guys this morning. I really do appreciate it. I don't take it for granted, so thank you. So, good morning, church. Let's get some energy. Who's asleep this morning? Be honest. All right, I see you, Tyler. I am. Oh, man. Every Sunday, I love it. So, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I've been like nervous about this all week because I'm just like, I gotta get up here. I was like, oh, I gotta be good. I gotta be good because they have just been hyping me up for like 3 weeks, and I'm like, why are they hyping me up so much? I'm not like the greatest thing since sliced bread. They got me on t-shirts this morning. Pastor Rick's wearing me on his chest for everyone to see. Just so you guys know, the t-shirt does add 10 pounds, you know. Not to you. So, this morning, I'm going to talk about building on a solid foundation. Do I got any builders in the house? Or anybody that's maybe built a house, had an addition put on their house, something like that? You know, so unless you guys live under a rock, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but around Loganville, there has been so much construction in the past few years. And one thing I notice is that, you know, after they're done with all the dirt work, and the first thing that they put down when they're, you know, getting ready to build the structure of a house is a foundation, right? They're pouring that concrete. They're getting ready. So the foundation is a start to a structure. So I did find a little definition on Google about foundations. The definition I found was the lowest load-bearing part of a building, typically below ground level. So now a good foundation is a concept that I think that we honestly look at and keep in multiple ways of our life. You know, who in here is on their feet all day at work? Nobody? That's Tyler, thank you. I know Gerald is. Gerald works for Tammy if y'all didn't know. That's a rough job. See, we're laughing this morning. That's great. Good, because that's about the only thing I got going for me. So, you know, when you're on your feet all day at your job, you got to have good shoes, right? You got to have good shoes. You got to have something with some good support, you know, or else it's bad for you if you don't have. Not only does it hurt, it hurts your body. Because if you don't have good support, then you're like me and you're spending thousands of dollars at the chiropractor. It's not fun. So at this point, you're probably wondering, why am I talking about concrete and Skechers? So let's jump into some scripture this morning. So Matthew 7:24 through 27 says, do we got it up there yet? Oh. All right. Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise, like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the flood waters rise and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it's built on bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey it is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rains and floods come and the winds beat against that house, it'll collapse with a mighty crash. So when I read that scripture, it kind of makes me think about having a faith-based life. Having faith at the center of my life and everything that I do. Because, see, if there's a part of my life where I'm not putting God first, then I'm not giving it a firm foundation. I'm not giving it something to carry the weight and something to build on. So, if I want a part of my life to be stronger, then I have to bring Jesus into it because I need him to strengthen the integrity of it. And I need a firm, strong foundation based on him. I need him to be my foundation. So you might ask, well, why do I need this part of my life stronger? I've been doing it on my own strength just fine. Come on now, just fine, right? Fine never means fine. I learned that the hard way. I'm married. Love my wife. Oh, I forgot to do that. I'll get it tomorrow. Is that cool? Oh, yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you can take the trash out later. Oh, you can cut the grass tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. You can clean up the garage tomorrow. That's fine. Oh, I can't park my car in the garage anymore because all your stuff's in the way. That's fine. You threw your laundry over there and you missed the basket completely. You didn't see it. It's fine. It's all fine. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's all jokes. So now that part of your life may be your job. Maybe your job, maybe a relationship, maybe your finances. You know, you say, oh, I don't need that. I got that. I'm good. I got it on my own. I've been doing it great so long. Why do I need God to be there? And, some of us, I've raised in church. I know that I'm supposed to have God at this part of my life because I've been taught it. It's been showed to me why that's like that. People have told me that my whole life. I've based it off of that already. Well, some of us have to learn the hard way. And it's sadly. But the thing is, the storm is going to come. It says it right there in the scripture that when the winds beat up against the house, the storm's coming. And that's just something that we need to stop being in a reactive way, but more of a proactive way with our lives. Anybody ever have that thing at work that you're like, hey, we need to take care of this before it becomes a problem. This is going to be a problem. Hey, might be a problem one day. Maybe we should do something to take care of this. No, it's good. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's been working so far this way for this many years. What do you mean this is going to be a problem? Well, then it happens. The storm comes. We have a problem. Something breaks. Something's been flooded. It's all these, whatever random scenario that you can think of, and then somebody's getting a big I told you so, and you're calling people out, and it costs so much of money. But it was fine. But no, we won't act in a proactive way because it costs too much. Now, I'm not just talking about money when I say it costs too much. It may cost my Sunday morning sleeping in because I have to come to church now. It's like I said, I have to come to church. Now I'm saying I want to come to church. You're putting it as a chore. I have to come to church. Oh, I have to pray now. Oh, I have to spend more time reading my Bible. Oh, I have to be faithful. Oh, I have to trust God. You got to want that. You got to want that. We got to be more in a proactive of God. I want this. I'm doing this. I'm praying. I'm going to church. I'm putting my tithes in. I'm giving you my finances. I'm putting you in every part of my life because I want it. I want your strength at the core of everything. So there's going to be wind and waves that will test the integrity of your house. You're going to be tested. So you might lose that job that you've just been so good at, that you've been so skilled at, that everyone praises you at, that everyone's, like, oh yeah, Rick is that guy. Like, we need something, we're just going to Rick. We're not even going to try and do it by ourselves. We're just going to go have Rick do it. You might lose a loved one that you've depended on for so long. You might lose all your possessions in a house fire. It's happened to me. You might get told that your best isn't good enough. Don't you just hate that? Disappointment? I can deal with people being mad at me. That's no problem. I'm used to that. Again, like I said, I'm married. But disappointment, that's a different low. That hits me here. I love when people are proud of me. I love when I can be dependable. Not because I'm like narcissistic or anything like that, or I just think I'm, like I said, the greatest thing's to slice bread, but because I'm a people pleaser. I like making people happy. I like being dependable. So when you get told, hey, your best that you just gave, that you've been out here doing what you think is the best you can do, and you get told it's not good enough, it's rough. It starts to crack my foundation. So when you're building a foundation, you have to realize how much weight do I want my foundation to be able to carry. You got to do the math. You got to start getting the drawings. You got to call in the architects. You got to start thinking, okay, if I'm going to build this house and I'm going to want a room for, my squirrel murals and trophies, and I'm going to need a room for all my stuffed animals, Destiny, Squishmallows. Okay, this is going to start adding up. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have my man cave. I got to have my my pool table and my darts. I can tell you firsthand, a 3-slate pool table is very, very heavy. And don't try and move it with 9 people. Just break it down, call a professional. And then, okay, yeah, I want to have a weight room here. Oh, I want to have this bedroom here. I want to have that bedroom here. I want to have a hot tub. I want to have a massage table. And I want to have my chair with the little heat warmer and yada, yada, yada for my feet. And all these things that we just want in our house, that we're just building, all these things that we want to have in our life. Oh, God, I want to be rich. Oh, God, I want to have businesses. Oh, God, I want to have all these toys in my life. I want to have all this going on in my life and that going on in my life. You know, God, I want to be the mayor of Loganville. I don't know. So all these things add up. I'm not going to be the mayor of I don't live in city limits. Don't work. No. A mirror for mayor. It just doesn't flow right. So, but you start adding all these things you want in your life, all these things that add up on the weight. But we have a weak foundation for that part of our life. So, it's like you're telling God to say, hey, you know, this is the weight that I want to carry. This is the way I want to do this, that. Because I don't know if you guys have realized the foundation of a house is not the same foundation of a skyscraper. Now, I want y'all to keep that. The foundation of a house is not the same as the foundation of a skyscraper. What can your house hold? Think about, when you look at the weight of your house versus the weight of a skyscraper and the integrity of it, it's different. So you got to think about that when you're going into these things, you're going into these new challenges in your life, and you're taking things on that you're not able to take on because you're giving it the foundation of a house instead of a skyscraper. Because a skyscraper can handle the weight of a house, but a house can't handle the weight of a skyscraper. So you got to ask the question, how far do you want to go? How much weight are you willing to let God give you? Are you okay with just a little bit? God, this is where I'm comfortable. Oh, come on now. We've all said that word before. I'm comfortable here. Yeah. Becky. You know I love you. I'm comfortable. It's good. I got my blanket on, my fuzzy slippers, my Crocs, in my opinion. You know, I love my Crocs. I got my Crocs on. I'm on my couch. My dogs are there. It's comfortable. I got my favorite show on. Because God, this is where I'm comfortable. I'm cool with this type of weight. But, you know, that's my safe spot. But I can't, you know, God, right here, I can't handle any more weight because I'm comfortable. I can't handle anymore. I don't want to handle anymore. Or do you want to say, God, bring it on. God, bring it on. Give me that new job. It's like, yeah, there's a promotion coming up. Sure, I'll do it. You need this job taken care of? I got it. I'm going to do my stuff, their stuff, everybody's stuff. I'm going to run it. You know, oh, God, you're bringing in all this new opportunity for a business in my life? Sure, bring it on. I love it. Oh, you need something done around church? You need someone to be on the band and come sing? Oh, it's going to take a lot of practice. It's going to take, you know, a lot of effort. I'm going to have to get there early. I'm going to have to sacrifice my time. Bring it on. You know, it's like I like to think of Tyler when I think about just handling a whole bunch of weight. So I don't know if y'all don't know Tyler. He's back there. He's not very graceful, but he's very strong. He's a little clumsy. But if you need something lifted, I call Tyler, all right? I couldn't reach something the other day and I needed to put it on my porch. I didn't get a step stool. I got a Tyler. He's a little taller than me, but it's okay. I'm fun-sized. But it can handle, like I said, when you're putting God as your foundation, when you got your God as your Tyler, it can handle whatever weight you throw at it. It can handle that weight of a skyscraper. You know, I got a strong foundation and it's not going anywhere. It has good integrity. But what about if a foundation's damaged? Right? When a foundation gets damaged, that's when we start to get a little bit different. That's when it's, hey, I tried to handle too much weight. Anybody ever tried to handle too much weight before? You know, back when I was in school, I played sports, and we had weight training all the time. I loved weight training. Weight training was awesome. But, you know, in weight training, it was all about getting the next max bench. No one ever cared about legs. It was just, I want to get my bench down. I want to get my bench, you know. And so when you're bench pressing, you're taking this weight, you're putting this weight all over your head, and you're going to bring it down and you want to bring it back up. And you want to say, God, you want to handle that weight. And you got all this energy going. You got all these people yelling at you, you know, grunting. Oh, yeah, come on, man. Pick it up, bring it up, push. What about when I try to bench press too much weight? Anybody bench press too much weight before? It's not fun. And you start dropping it. You always have that one guy that's like he's like, oh yeah, I can handle that, brings down, and he starts trying to bring down the weight. And when he starts bringing it down, he starts getting wobbly. Next thing you know, somebody didn't put the clips on. You got weight that starts throwing this way. You got weight going this way. The bar goes up somehow. And now all the weight's spread out everywhere. You've made a fool of yourself. You know, somebody was recording. It's all over the school group chat. Everyone's looking at you at lunch. You know, the coaches don't look at you the same. Everyone's laughing at you. So, you tried to handle too much weight. It happens. So, cracked concrete. Y'all ever seen a driveway that's cracked? And that's been cracked, and we just, instead of fixing it, we just keep driving on it. It's kind of like the end of my driveway. It's all messed up. But I don't know if y'all have priced concrete work lately. It's kind of expensive. But like, it gets all cracked up, right? And then we keep driving over it. We keep putting this weight on this foundation that's broken. Well, when you keep putting weight on foundation that's broken, it breaks more. Because when it breaks, now it's even smaller. Now you have, instead of one big solid foundation, you got a whole bunch of little foundations. So when you have a whole bunch of little foundations, they can't handle barely any weight. So when you're going across putting that weight on the foundation, you're going to break it up even more and even more and even more until it's basically dust. And then it starts to sink. It starts to sink because the ground below it, the whole reason you put the foundation there, it can't handle it. So now we're messed up. We got a cracked foundation. We got damage. We got water damage getting ready to seep in. You got rodents trying to get in there. Our foundation is weak because we tried to do it on our own. Because we didn't we tried to invite these things into our life without giving them a firm enough foundation, right? I tried to put a skyscraper on a house. And it just bit me. It bit me. It didn't work out. It's starting to crumble. Well, what do you do with a cracked foundation, right? You got to try to get it fixed. You got to bring in professionals. You got to bring in a fixer, right? I don't know. El, you ever deal anything with foundation damage? You know, in the real estate game, that's when we got our house, they're like, oh, hey, we're doing this inspection. We got to check the foundation for cracks. You know, and they say, hey, it's okay. You have a cracked foundation, but we can fix it. We can seal it. I don't know if I'm early on this, but can I go and get the band back up real quick? Multitasking here. It's all good. It's all good. It's fine. So, you know, sometimes with that concrete, when you got to get it fixed, there's a couple different ways and things that you can do. Sometimes you got to get that concrete lifted, right? I always see the ads on Facebook for, oh, is your concrete sinking? Well, we can fix it. We can bring it up. And I was watching this video on it the other day. They come in, they assess the damage, right? They're going to say, okay, hey, your foundation's broken. Your foundation's messed up right here. It's sinking. God, I'm drowning. I'm sinking. I tried to handle something that I couldn't truly handle on my own. And now I'm down. Well, what do? They lift it up. They lift the concrete up. They put foam in there. They do whatever they got to do, and they raise it. They get it back even. They get it back on a level playing field. So now we're back on that level playing field. We're all lifted up. You know, everything's going good. But we're still cracked. We're still cracked. There's still doors that we're leaving open for things to seep into our lives. Oh, I've been lifted up. Oh, I went to church. Oh, I heard a good word. Pastor Brian told me exactly what I needed to do, and they prayed for me, and they told me that, hey, this is what you got to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to bring God in here. He's going to lift you up. I feel lifted up. I listened to worship. I heard those words, and it's just, like I said, but at that point, it's still words. I feel lifted up. I'm good. I'm great on Sunday. But by Thursday, I'm feeling a little down. Friday, I'm letting things seep back in. Saturday is just terrible. But then I come back in on Sunday and I'm lifted back up. But they can't just keep lifting concrete up over and over again. And you got to seal it. So like I said, I was watching that video and they sealed the concrete. Why did they seal the concrete? To keep things from getting back in. Because we got to think about what damaged the concrete in the first place. Water damage, rodents, things getting in there. You know, things, so you get water and then you start to expand. You start getting stretched when your concrete's cracked. You start to let yourself get shrunk a little bit when your concrete's cracked because you're constantly moving. Things are constantly moving in your life. You can't keep anything solid because you don't have a firm foundation anymore. Things are going down. You're just like, oh, what is going on? So now we got to seal the concrete. So we got to tell God, like, hey, God, I'm sinking, right? I need you to lift me up. Cool, we're there. But now I need you to seal it up. I need you to stop letting these things get into my life. But see, a good, firm foundation stays solid. So if I'm keeping God at my foundation, at the center of everything, then there's nothing getting in. Because once they seal that concrete, that crack is sealed. Nothing's getting back in there. And then it's solid. Now it's saying, hey, I can handle more weight. I got a solid foundation. God, bring it on. Give me that new job. I don't care if it's going to take a lot more effort. I don't care if it's going to take a lot more of my time. You got it. You got it, God. You're going to help me handle it. You're going to help me achieve that next stage of my life because I'm tired of being comfortable. Who's tired of being comfortable this morning? God, what do you mean this is my house? What do you mean this is the place that you have for me? I can't afford that. I've been paying this $800 rent for this long. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm able to afford. I've got my budget together. I can't handle that. What do you mean you want me to do that and you want me to give more at church? What do you mean you want me to give more in my offerings? What do you mean you want me to help people out? What do you mean you want me to just stop driving past that homeless man on the side of the road and you want me to offer him something no matter what what I think he's going to do with it or what I think they have going on because I don't know. Because I don't know what their foundation is. Because for all I know, you're using me to seal their foundation. Because God, I'm tired of being comfortable. You have more. You have more. There's more for you than what you're just comfortable with. And God has it. He's ready to give it to you, but you got to say, God, I want you as my foundation in this part of my life. I want you here. I want to use you as my foundation. I want to build my life on you. Because what do they say in the song? You're changing everything. It's changing. You know, they were talking about it. I think Pastor Jesse talked about it a little bit last week. When we started going out and doing the neighborhood parties. I was like, oh man, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, this is different. This isn't what we're doing. I said, this is new. We're not that type of church, right? But God was changing things. And he was changing it for the better. And then I seen the way that the pieces went together and that the way things started changing. And I'm like, man, this is awesome. Let's stop being scared today. Let's stop being scared. Let's let God change things. Let God seal our foundation up. Let's let God build on us. Let's let God build our lives up. I'm tired of the same old, same old. You know, a couple years ago, I was comfortable. You know, I think 2 years ago, 2 years ago today is when me and my wife got our house. And before that, I was like, you know, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with the truck I got. I'm comfortable with, you know, my living situation. Yeah, it kind of sucks sometimes, but I'm living at home. I'm giving my part towards, you know, help my mom out, and we're doing everything, and everything's comfortable. You know, I got a good relationship. The way things are going, you know, my job was good. I was like, man, the job's awesome. I was like, you know, I just got this new job, actually. I'd only been working there a couple months, and I was comfortable in my position. it was easy. I was like, okay, I come to work, I do this, I work here and I do that, and it's good. Well, then later on in the year, things started changing, right? We got the house. That was awesome. Okay, cool. This is good. I'm cool with the mortgage. It's a little bit more than what I originally wanted to pay, but I was like, it's awesome. It's good. We're making it work. The bills are paid. I don't have a lot of extra, but that's cool. Well, then it was, hey, property taxes are going up. Ooh, okay. So hey, your mortgage that you thought was going to be your mortgage, that actually changes. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit uncomfortable. Hey, you need this now. This has come up around the house and needs to get fixed. Okay, we got to pay for that. Hey, bringing this into your life. Or I need to start paying for this. Hey, God's gonna bless me with 2 new cars in the driveway. Hey, these are gonna cost more. Okay, we're still gonna juggle it. It's cool. Well, then God was like, hey, I'm gonna up your responsibilities at your job. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Then it was, hey, now it's like he's up the responsibilities, and now it's getting a little crazy. Now it's, hey, you're not going to be home a lot anymore because things are going to go bad. Things are going to break and you have to fix it. That's your job. Okay, cool. Hey, this is going to break this day. This is going to break that day. This is going to break that day. Hey, this is going to go to crap. Hey, this is going to suck. Hey, this is going to happen. Hey, your dog is going to get bit by a snake and now you're going to cost a random $100 and something out of nowhere. Oh. Excuse me. But I'm keeping God as the foundation. Hey, you're getting married now. Oh, yeah, the wedding, this, yada, yada, yada. All this stress is going to come. Everything's going to be changing now. Now you're not just in a relationship, you're married to somebody. It's like, wow, this is different. It's all fine. But sometimes it's like, all these things, all these great things that happen in our lives that we asked for, they start to pile up. And when all that stuff starts to pile up, we're back in the same situation right there. It's like, hey, now my comfortable foundation is cracking. What do I do? You just got to have God seal it up. You got to get lifted up, and you got to seal it up. So let's stand today. Let's let the song play, and let's just ask God, God, I'm ready for more. But God, I need you to fix me. I need you to give me a good foundation. I need you to seal me up. I need you to show me that there's more for me. That it's not just words anymore that I'm hearing, it's not everyone else's life that I'm seeing get bigger and greater and bolder. It's my life too. So as they sing this song, just take a moment. If you want prayer, you can come up towards the front. And we'll pray for you. We'll stand with you. But just talk to God for a little bit here.